on a day-to-day basis, there are still many events occurring in the South China Sea. And there are daily incidents, at least as far as we see it, of cases of harassment or land reclamation, which in many cases have been depriving the Philippines of the use of our exclusive economic zone. And one of the main results of this arbitration case was that it clearly stated that the Chinese claim of a 9-dash line in the South China Sea is inconsistent with UNCLOS. And so we're abiding by that. So it is these challenges which the Philippines and other countries in our region face, especially those with claims also in the South China Sea. Of course, all of us are aware of the sharpening U.S.-China rivalry, not only in Asia, but of course across the world. And as an archipelagic nation, the Philippines has always advocated a rules-based maritime order based on the convention, the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, and also in terms of the resoundingly victorious 2016 arbitral award against China, which in effect vindicated our contention that the 9-dash line, which China claimed in the South China Sea, was inconsistent with the UNCLOS. So this arbitral award basically provides a mooring for, at least as far as we're concerned, for the maritime regime in the South China Sea, especially because it's based on the UNCLOS. And moreover, this arbitral award has been supported by quite a number of countries in the international community, and because I think they also feel that it is consistent with having a rules-based regional architecture, especially insofar as the maritime domain. So we have held to this position consistently, and we will continue to do so. Now, of course, at the same time, we're also working on a code of conduct on the South China Sea, and this involves ASEAN and China. So this is the situation, but on a day-to-day basis, there are still many events occurring in the South China Sea. And there are daily incidents, at least as far as we see it, of cases of harassment or land reclamation, which in many cases have been depriving the Philippines of the use of our exclusive economic zone. And one of the main results of this arbitration case was that it clearly stated that the Chinese claim of a 9-dash line in the South China Sea is inconsistent with UNCLOS. And so we're abiding by that. So it is these challenges which the Philippines and other countries in our region face, especially those with claims also in the South China Sea. So I think that is more or less the daily situation that we face. And our hope is that the international community, in the context of affirming the need for a rules-based order, would understand our position and help us and support not only the Philippines but other countries in ensuring that we have adherence to a rules-based order in the South China Sea. Well, it might be difficult in the Security Council for practical reasons if we look at the membership. But what I can say is that we need not have, for example, necessarily immediately decisions by the Council, but there can be open debates on this issue, and to create greater awareness of the issue, as well as not only the Security Council, but in the General Assembly. But let me just also say that we have this issue on the South China Sea with China, but at the same time, we've also agreed with China that this issue is not going to be the sum total of our relationship with China. You know, it's a very complex situation. The Philippines and China and other countries in the region have very strong links with China on the economic and cultural front. So that creates more complexity to the situation. But in terms of this particular issue, the UN could have a role in the sense of bringing this issue to the fore in discussions and debates, and perhaps the Council could have a debate, maybe not necessarily directly on, let's say, the arbitral award, but on rule and order, for example, or rule and order to prevail in the maritime domain in the South China Sea, and to talk about UNCLOS. And I think discussions like that would help create greater awareness of the importance of UNCLOS and also of maintaining a rules-based order so that any disputes or conflicts are settled through the rule of law and through peaceful means, and not through coercive measures or aggressive moves.